So, hi, good afternoon and welcome to the Sun Webchat with Blue.
Hey!
So we'll be answering all your questions that you've been sending in for the guys all week. They'll also be singing a little medley later on, so stay tuned for that. So, good afternoon guys.
Hello.
Feeling happy?
Good, yeah.
Hyped up that you're
I'm
here?
feeling a bit overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Really. Like the last time we did a web chat, it was like in a little room with somebody on a computer tapping away with one of them little webcams on us.
It's quite different.
Yeah,
it's
it
not
is.
really a web
Changed.
chat, it's more like a...
It's like a TV studio.
It is
The Sun.
a TV studio
Yeah.
actually.
That's quality.
Yeah. Thanks for
Yeah,
mentioning
just-
it. It's new, you know.
It's very nice, I've got to say.
They didn't have iPads when we first came out.
What did they have?
I didn't even have
Cassette
to
players.
Yeah,
That's cassette
Yeah.
players.
That was a long time
Yeah.
ago.
I swear I remember the first we had a cassette.
I had a cassette
Yeah,
of Blue.
yeah,
Best
I
of
remember.
Blue, yeah.
I think I probably had one as well. I won't
We're
mention
showing our
that.
age now.
What are
aren't
you laughing for? It's true. It's so true.
So obviously you guys are on the big reunion
Yes.
at the moment. How's it going?
Well, yeah, we're finished. The show's finished now. We've finished filming. But I've got to say, it's probably been one of the best times that we've had. It just reminds us of Smash It days, where you're able to unite with these other bands and basically share the stage for one night. And that was the most exciting thing for us, especially with our peers like Five, because Five split up just before we actually launched. So sharing the stage with them and 911 and Bewitched, was kind of like I don't want to sound cheesy, but a dream come true, really.
Yeah. And you have a new single coming out, Hurt
Yeah.
Lovers.
It is, yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Go on now.
He's going to talk about
No,
it.
I think Hurt Lovers, we didn't write Hurt Lovers. I mean, we were known for writing like One Love, Fly By, All Rise, Breathe Easy, Guilty, a lot of the songs we wrote, but we did accept songs like Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word from Elton John, that was a good one. And then, but we basically heard this song and we just wanted to sing it, and I think the song, it fits on the album. It's a lot more grown up. I think the content of the song is about being in a relationship. I think we've all been there when you've been in long-term relationships where you've got to fight it, whether it be marriage or just being in a long-term relationship for 5 years or whatever. And I think that's what it's about,
You've got to try.
You've got to try. And it's like the one line is when you try to make two wrongs a right, and I think that's quite poignant in the song.
We'll talk about your album as well a little bit later on, but we'll start with the questions now. Okay, so the first question comes from Katie. Hi Katie.
Right, Katie?
Hey, Katie.
She says, now that you're all older, do you find it harder juggling having kids and being family men with being in Blue?
Well, you look at the Loose Women lot, they're all mums, aren't they, most of them? So they juggle being a mum and obviously they've got a much harder job than us. But for us, being in the public eye, we've all got kids and stuff, it's fantastic that our kids can actually see what we do for a living, because apart from Simon, if I'm correct in saying, none of our kids were born first time around when Blue was first about, so it's nice to see what their dads do now.
Yeah.
It's mental.
I think it's hard for me. It's like when I speak to my little boy and he'll be like, "Daddy, can you come home and play Robot Wars?" Because we play Robot Wars and I've got to be like, and then we have to like pretend that I'm a robot, and then he pretends he's a dragon and whatever he can pick up with his head. And it's like it's hard when I'm away, and I kind of, I miss those times because we get so busy, and that's the hardest thing for me when he's asking me to come home or like get in the bath with him and play and run around with him, and that's hard. I find that difficult.
Does he understand that you're in
He's
a
4.
phase?
He thinks that I go up and see Puss in Boots in the clouds when I'm in there, and I have to pretend to be Puss in Boots. I have to go, meow, and he goes, "Is the egg there?" Have you seen the new Puss in Boots? So you've got to see it. If you've got kids, you've seen it. If you've got kids, you've seen it 100 times.
Fair enough. Okay. The next question comes from, I'm not quite sure. Amy wants Nigel, apparently.
Oh, no.
Hi. It
I'll ask
says,
about Nigel.
what do you guys think about collaborating with other bands? For example, the Backstreet Boys.
I love the Backstreet Boys. They were like one of my favourite bands, one of my favourite boy bands actually, and I'd be wicked to do a collaboration with the Backstreet Boys.
It'd be like an older version of Blazing Squad though, wouldn't it? Like 5 and 4. Be great though. Yeah.
Older Blazing.
Collective.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you'd love to collaborate with or have feature on one of your songs?
Babyface.
After Stevie Wonder and Sir Elton John, where do you go?
It's true.
We kind of set the bar quite high for ourselves. But if you're talking about anyone in today's music, probably someone like Nicki Minaj or something, or one of my old favourite rappers is Ludacris. You know, I'd love to get a 16 bar of him and basically put like 4 bars next to him and say that I rap with him. That'd be great.
Fair enough. Okay, the next question comes from Shay. Hi, Shay.
Right, Shay.
She says, my friend and blue lover Shell just had a major operation, is in hospital, and I truly appreciate if you could say hi to her. Say hi to Shell.
Hey,
Hi,
Shell.
Shell.
Get well
better
soon.
Hope you get better, babe.
Okay, Annie, straight into the next one, says, hi guys, are you nervous about making it this time round, as there's so much great talent around at the moment?
Yeah, there is.
Good question.
There is. I mean, there's quite a lot of boy bands, and what's really nice about the industry now is that pop's back. You know,
Yeah.
thanks to the shows like X Factor and you know the Voice and stuff like that, and you know they produced the One Directions and you know actually the Wanted, they didn't go down that route, did they? They didn't go down. So that was nice to see a boy band be allowed to come through the old school way, but you know, more the better, I say. Do you know what I mean? Because like music is so accessible now that I think you need a lot more bands to come out and produce more music.
Do you know what, to be honest with you, I believe in us. I don't want to sound egotistical, but I believe in us as a vocal group. You know, like, we do take our vocals really seriously, and we do write our own music, and we always have done. So, you know, I know there's a lot of talent out there, but I'd like to think that we can still stand up against a lot of people out there and still perform and shock people, and people be like, wow, these guys can really, really sing and give their all when we do concerts and stuff, because we do.
Do you think at the moment there's another band that are like you in that sense, that have a really strong vocal ability? Yeah.
To say I don't know. I've never seen these boys live, any of these bands live. But if they can do it, and you know, especially like the Wanted boys and the One Direction boys actually doing so well in America, you've got to be singing live in America. Back in the day, we used to speak to other bands who were doing well in America, and they always say you've got to sing live. So if they're doing it, they're obviously doing it right. So
It's a very tough market.
To answer your question, maybe yeah.
I think Harry Styles has got a really good voice. I think I really like his voice.
like
He's
that.
got a really, really unique tone. And Zayn has got a good voice. Well, I think them boys can actually sing. And it took me a while to get round to hearing them and actually distinguishing between their vocals.
It's also very rare as well, because obviously the way the One Direction boys, we all know, was on the X Factor. And I think, if I remember, they were solo artists, and then they got put together as a band, and it's very hard to find a blend. See, the thing about us was we started the old school way. You know, we auditioned and boy bands and whatever, was all in bands, and then we just knew that this was going to be right. When we clicked, when we first started recording, say, If You Come Back, the blend that we had in that chorus, it was magical. So I hate doing that, but it was. Do you know what I mean? Because we just had that blend, didn't we, boys? You know, and it was beautiful, and I can't imagine being with another band. It's weird. It's so weird because we've got that.
So you're saying
Very
it's being
lucky.
together as well.
Yeah.
You know.
It's about tones. I mean, I think that when we record, it's like I've got a higher tone. So, but we've all got kind of deep tones as well in a certain way. So when we all sing, it kind of makes it compacts. It compacts, if you know what I mean.
Stargate were probably the people that discovered that for us and made that point with All Rise. I mean, the way we had to sing that chorus, like that one for the money and that free ride, it's like, you really want us to sing like that on the mic? And then that's what you hear today. If you actually listen, that's exactly how we're attacking it.
We were taking the mic.
And it was, and that's now our sound. And you know, I think it's something that we as Blue are very, very proud of.
We used to take the mickey out of Lee and ask him when his voice was going to drop, when his balls were going to drop. I mean, because we used to be so high.
I
We're
was
like,
gonna say, have they?
how can you get that high? Are your balls dropped? And he'd be like, I don't know.
I think my voice has got deeper now, but I still sound like that when I talk. I sound like a cross between Rodney and Elmo.
But have your balls dropped now?
I think so.
You hope so?
I hope so. But no, do you know, I can get really high.
You've had two kids, so
yeah, I've had 2 kids. So yeah, exactly. I think they definitely work. But I do get really high, and it's great. But I try and keep trying to. If anything, I try and broaden my tone to make it more, so I don't sound like a rat being squealed all the time. You know, like.
Right, Eiffel 65. Hello.
Eiffel 65.
Yeah.
Blue
I
Dove.
think Eiffel Tower.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant yeah, they've done Blue Dove.
Yeah, they did. That's obviously, you know, they're sending you a
Blue
subliminal
Dove.
message.
Subliminal.
Anyway,
Yeah, sorry.
they want to know, would you do Eurovision again?
I think we would be opposed to it in the sense that it didn't.
Didn't hinder us.
No, we got a record deal out of it from Germany, around Europe. It made everybody aware that we were back together in Europe, especially in the countries that it's hard to necessarily get out to these days, because you don't have the TV shows anymore. You know, like the Top of the Pops that we used to do, it used to go around everywhere. You're quite limited these days to get out, to get seen in these countries. And the Eurovision for us kind of put us back on everybody's mind in Europe. It was like 125 million people watched it. And, you know, from there, we've had a lot of gigs now from the Eastern Bloc. We go out to Russia and all those countries quite a lot. And it is great. That's mainly because of the Eurovision for us. So I wouldn't be opposed to saying we would never do it again. But I think we've moved on from that time. We enjoyed the experience, and and here we are 2 years later with a great album, which we're getting ready to release in the UK. We're really excited about that, and everything happens for a reason. It was an experience for us, and here we are today.
Yeah.
And to follow on from that, I hate losing, so no.
You're gonna
I'm
lose
very
this year.
competitive. I'm very competitive, and I mean, we went in.
You were quiet, man.
Oh
that day.
man, it was all. We went in
JRU, mate.
all guns blazing. Flying that flag was absolutely amazing, but
We lost.
we lost.
Like, you know when the point systems come in, yeah? So it's got like Romania give us
but we got-
3, and Simon's face is like.
No, but we got 10 points straight away, and we was like, yeah. And that was it. We never got.
We got 12 off
do that.
Bulgaria, and we've never been there.
Oh.
So
No, do you know the funniest thing the other day, right? I was just going to tell this story because it's really funny. We was going down a walk in a bobsleigh.
Oh,
right?
please.
I know it sounds mad, but it was in Germany. And they put us in a walk, and we go down a bobsleigh. Okay, now
Stick blue in a walk.
stick with me here, right? It was in Germany, so we're going down. And we felt like we was going so fast down this bobsleigh.
You bottled
and
it, didn't you?
I did bottle it. And we went down, and as we come down, someone went, "You're first!" And we went, "Yeah!" And we got out to the camera, we're like, "Yeah!" And this is all live. And then they went, No, we said you're last. It was
We
like
were
the
like
most
absolute
embarrassing
muffins.
thing, because they're thinking, why are they celebrating? They are last.
they're used to it.
Used to losing. I mean, that's first place for us. So you always remember who was first and who was last.
Turn the table upside down.
The things we do.
Well,
it
you all
makes
in
me
one
laugh.
walk. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
There was like
Four
four
walks.
walks that they link to each other, and they sit you in it, and they obviously pad it up. But you go like 110 miles an hour
Sounds mad.
on a
I
walk.
don't
But it was
do
one
that.
of the best feelings I've ever had. I love riding bikes.
There weren't
I
even
ride
no
a lot of
Chinese
motorbikes,
food
It was the craziest thing. What do we like? Things we do, eh?
It's a good experience. Good experience.
It was fun.
Sounds brilliant.
It's great.
Great
Moving
job.
swiftly on.
Yeah, it's great.
So, Gina from Nottingham. Hi,
Hello, Gina from Nottingham.
Yeah, what's up, Gina?
She said, Lee, you gave your advice for One Direction in a recent interview with The Sun. Do you wish someone had advised you on the lows of fame before
They
you
should
got
have.
in the band?
They definitely should have. Yeah, of course. I mean, the thing is, I think the reason why I give advice, or we give advice, not just me, I think they just quoted me, but we did actually always collectively as a group do it, is, you do make mistakes, and you do get into a place where you are very, like, kind of, your blinkers are on, if you know what I mean. Like, you don't see the wood through the trees sometimes when you're at that age. And I definitely, was crazy when I first got in blue, but I was crazy before I got in blue, so I've got no excuse. But it was really the point of that. If I could bestow some of the knowledge that I have now onto the groups like that, I could definitely give advice and say, maybe not tell you how to live your life, but just steer away from this or steer away from that. Not from saying don't go out, get hammered, have a laugh, but be on a business level of the things, because you get a lot of people around you and you don't really know what you're signing sometimes, or you don't know what you're doing. I mean, I remember us signing stuff and I didn't know what the hell I was signing. Like, whether it be an autograph or a contract.
Yeah.
It was just an autograph to me. I used to sign it with a smiley face like that just for a laugh. And I didn't realise that it was actually damaging.
It's important to know
Yeah.
this stuff. But do you know what I mean? The boys will learn. They're growing up. You can't really. When you're that age, I mean, don't get me wrong. We was giving advice. We had the best tour manager in the business, like we'd like to say, Johnny B, who looked after
Bros.
Bros,
All Saints.
All Saints. East 17. You know, and he told us about the ups and downs that those groups went through, and so we had the advice, but it depends on whether you're actually listening
Yeah.
Yeah.
and taking it on board. And
Why
when
did
you're
you
that
come in
age,
then?
you
look straight at me.
you have
I was looking at all of you in
have
the
to take
line.
it all on your shoulders yourself, and you got to be responsible and just know the people around you.
Yeah.
That'll be the best.
Do you have
advice.
anything you kind of regret?
No
doing
regrets.
in
No regrets.
No regrets.
Can't regret anything
I think
in
we
life.
look back now and we look at the people that come out of the woodwork that try to manipulate the situation. You know, if they see cracks in a band, certain people come in and they think, right, I'm going to try and take one of them away, and you know, it's adds a better story for bands maybe split up. Do you know what I mean? It's just the way of the business sometimes, and I guess there's a lot of, we call them yes people out there. You know, you just say, all they want to do is just say yes to you, and you're like, really? They go, yeah, and you're like, wicked.
Yeah.
But you know, they're the people that are dangerous because, you know, they don't really follow up with the yeses, and then you realise actually.
And
You
when
know.
when it ends, especially, you know, people advising you and like Duncan said, you had just yes people all the time when the band split and stuff. And you know, for me personally, I didn't know where my head was at. Do you know what I mean? I had someone saying you're going to be performing at the Royal Albert Hall, Carnegie Hall. The only hall I was heading for was Soddle. Do you know what I mean? So you just realise that you just miss your pals. You know what I
That's a
mean?
good one.
Did you say that?
That was very funny, Anthony Costa.
Very much, mate.
Well done.
Well done. Yeah. Everyone clap.
Why?
More enthusiastic clapping from the audience, I think.
It's
There
like-
is an audience here. It
It's
might
like
not
being
sound
in
like it.
Asia here. When you go to Japan and Asia and stuff like that, they're really polite. And when you always get in the interview going, okay, now you can clap, and they're like, and stop,
they
and then
just
they put
ignored me,
they
so-
signal us. Yeah.
Okay. The next question comes from Magna, who wants to know, what do you think of Bonnie Tyler's chances in Eurovision this year?
Good shirt.
I think Bonnie Tyler's got a great voice.
I don't think it's about the voice though.
Yeah, it's quite political, which we found out.
Yeah.
We found out it was a lot more political than we actually anticipated and we thought. And you know, obviously you always get Greece voting for Cyprus every year, you know, and especially the Eastern Bloc, they always kind of vote for themselves and stuff, which is quite political, and you can't really beat that. So I think you just got to go in there and just do a great performance and do your country proud, and you know, and put on a great show. That's all you can do.
Like my headmaster used to say in school, it's all about taking part. Ball.
Yeah, innit? No, you want to win. You want to
You
be
wanna
like the
win.
Americans. No, it's not about winning, man.
You want to win. You want to win. And we wish her the best of luck. No, it was a really good experience for us. So,
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
good luck to her.
It is crazy though, the Eurovision. It's like this crazy Eurovision bubble that you go in. They have something called the Eurovision Village, and we got asked to go around to, remember that pub? The Irish pub they had to go into, and it's just crazy. It's like it's like some cult TV show that's been going for years, obviously, but you get like crazy people all there, and they're so into it from all around Europe, and they're so hardcore, like Eurovision fans, like proper hardcore fans. And you just
We
go
have them
around.
too. Britain has them too. You're out there.
We just went and we were just like, Russ. A lot of the clubs and bars we went into was a bit like the Village People convention. It was all, you know what I mean? Remember that we went to? It was just like, okay. Oh yeah.
We wish Bonnie, like, you know, amazing luck, and hopefully she'll have a great time, and hopefully England will come.
UK.
Sorry. So I used to get in trouble for that all the time. Yeah, good luck.
Okay, so the next question comes from Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
Nikki would like to know, what were the lowest and highest points of your career so far? Maybe you can do this individually.
Where do you want to start?
Lee?
Oh, bloody hell. Oh God, highest point.
Brit.
No, I don't know. I've got different memories of like highest points. I think there was a moment like when we were standing on stage. Never forget this, and we was at our own concert, and we stood there, and there was this one moment. There was thousands and thousands of people in front of us, and it was our concert at Wembley or somewhere. And we stood there, and we finished One Love or something. We just stood there with our arms in the air, like one finger in the air, like we always did. And the whole place just erupted as we finished the song. But we held the stance for, you know, a couple of minutes. And the more we held that stance, the more they went crazy. And I just felt like I was just like, like this was like the biggest rush I've ever had in my life. It was like, I can't explain the feeling, and I just wanted to stay in that moment forever. It was just, and I'll never forget that. So I think that was a big high for me. I know Brits and Women Awards and stuff was amazing as well, but personally, I think just remembering that time of just complete, like, yeah, I know, it's crazy. Low points, oh God, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. It's like,
family, missing family.
yeah, probably that. I mean, you know, there's loads of things that I've
This
done
is
well.
like cheating in a test.
Yeah, no, but there's
Give me
loads
the
of
answers.
We've been through so much.
Yeah,
just
it's
like
hard to say. Like, I don't think I've ever got so low. I'm not really that kind of person. I don't
Yeah.
get so low and feel like depressed. I don't really let life get to me like that. I just think, well, it's a lesson in it, and we're here to learn. I believe in this life, and hopefully go on to the next, and you know, take that with us. But I wouldn't regret anything, and I think that life's a roller coaster, as Ronan would say.
Oh God. For me, just touring.
Yeah.
Just for a high point for me was just touring, the arena tours. Wembley Arena for me, first time we ever did that, because I remember being a kid and working at Wembley Market, and just like getting there. Like, I remember once I was there, got there about 5, 6 in the morning, and all these people coming out clubbing and stuff. But I remember seeing a poster, and it was Take That, when I was first around. And I was like, oh my God, Take That were here last night. Oh my God, like, I'd love to do this one day. And I was only about 12, 13 years old, and like 8, 9 years later, I was there with the lads, you know, singing. It was just a really poignant moment for me personally. I love that. Low points. Oh God. You find out who your mates are.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
My old man said to me once, you can count your friends on one hand, and 3 of them are here. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
High point was probably hearing our song on Coronation Street.
Yeah.
in one of your favourite soaps. I think that's when you know you've arrived.
Oh
You know, I'm just sitting there watching. Is that your song? Wait. Shh. that was probably a high for me. Lows, same as Lee. I don't really get low. It's not about that. I mean, I suppose when it stopped, I think that was probably a low. When we decided to go our separate ways, and even though we did our solo stuff, I was never really comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
Because I missed the boys so much. But I suppose that was probably a low point, but that was still an amazing experience as well. So the low points is a hard one to say.
I think for me, you know, when we started with Blue, it happened so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember the All Rise going in at number 4 in the charts, and then the second single went in at number 1, and then we were just off on this, as Lee said, this like roller coaster ride. And I never really travelled around. I come from a family, we didn't have a lot of money. My holidays we used to go to Butlins. So for me to be able to get a chance to go abroad, travel the world, and get to see places like Thailand, like Japan, which I'd only ever seen in a book or a magazine, was like, it was crazy. But it happened so quickly. So on the way that it all happened, you just kind of, almost like it happened, but it didn't really happen.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're in a bubble.
Yeah.
And I remember one day, after a couple of years of being in this bubble, the bubble just burst, and the reality kicked in, and it was like, shit, you know, this is real life now. This is crazy. And I guess when you're a young kid and you're experiencing all these different things, it is quite a lot to take in, and you can understand why there's certain celebrities out there who do lose it a little bit, go a bit crazy, shave your hair off or whatever. And you know, I mean, we were never at that extreme, but it does affect you. You know, no matter how high you're put up, there's always a low that comes to follow. So
Yeah.
it's
an 8-year
It's
cycle.
a balance, isn't it? And I
Apparently
guess
it's an 8-year cycle. That's what my astrologer told me. Yeah, apparently everything works in those
I was
years.
told 9 years.
Is it 9 years? Well,
Seven,
it's in
eight,
between
nine.
there.
All
Somewhere.
the same. Okay. So, the next question comes from Nabsiek. Said that right? They said, Lee, how's your craziness? Have you set off any more fire extinguishers? I don't know what that's
I
about.
used to love setting off fire extinguishers. It used to be so much fun because I went to a school called Italia Conti, which was an amazing performing arts school, which I was lucky enough to go to. My mum used to work her arse off to send me, and I was very, very privileged. But we used to be in a big, tall block like this, so there was no playground, if you know what I mean. So we used to run up and down the buildings all the time. And when I first turned up to this school, they used to play fire extinguisher fights down in the basement. So I used to love that. Like, we used to get in a lot of trouble for it, but I used to love it. And then when I got in Blue, I was like, I've got a good idea. So
I've got a good game.
Because I was only 16 when I joined Blue. I was really young. I think people forget how young I was. I literally walked out of school when I was 15 and was like, bollocks, I don't need you lot. And then I went to, and then I went and got a job on the roofs. And then literally, I remember I was up on the roofs doing some lead work. Up on this church, and I bugged this bloke to give me loads of work because I just wanted to work because I was a little grafter. And then I got my auntie come up and said about the This Morning boy band audition, and that was the first time. And that's when it all started. And literally, I got in the group when I was 16, and by the time of my 17th birthday, a couple of months later, we was in the charts. So I was really young. So my craziness come from just being a teenager.
A teenage boy.
Yeah, a teenage boy. Yeah, just full of testosterone running around his body going, what's this? You know what I mean? Like, and I am kind of nuts still, but that's just, I've got ADHD apparently, but I've never been diagnosed with it. No, I am.
The next question is for Lee as well, and it comes from Melody, who said, are you single? And if you are, can you marry me, please? I love you.
Of course. Yeah, shall I get down on one knee now? No, I can't do it to a camera. Well, I'll get married to you, babe. No, why not? Bit of fun, innit? As long as we sign a prenup. Not that I've got anything for you to take anyway.
You shouldn't sign a prenup because then they can share your debts. That's a better idea.
What? Really? Oh!
I don't know if that's true. I made that up.
You did your research.
I made it up, honestly. Okay. The next question said, do you have any big duets planned? I think we kind of covered this already. But
Yeah.
so, no, is the answer.
Not right now.
Not understand.
The next question is from Rin88, who said, what's the most difficult thing about coming back?
I think it's getting your head around all this social media thing, because like the first time round there was no Twitter, there was no Facebook, there was
No MySpace.
no nothing like this.
YouTube.
So we used to go to Woolworths. There ain't no Woolworths, so there's no HMV, there's no nothing. So it's just like getting your head around all this stuff is quite hard. We get our management and Sarah, PA, constantly saying, right, you need to tweet this, you need to tweet that, and it's just like, because we're not used to all that kind of stuff. So we're trying to. I think my daughter, who's 8 years old, is more advanced on a computer than I am. It says something, doesn't it, really, about our generation? But but I know it's crazy just getting your head around all that. Really, that's kind of the main thing that's been quite hard.
And that's it.
Yeah,
I mean, there's lots of stuff. I mean, the industry is so changed. It's so
yeah,
different.
It's very much reality-driven shows, which obviously we're part of and we're pleased to be a part of. But back in the day, there was Top of the Pops, SMTV, City UK, Live and Kicking, Ministry of Maine, but the list goes on and on and
None
on.
of it exists anymore.
And now Saturday mornings is full of cookery shows. It's how to make a risotto. Do you know what I mean? So no, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with a cookery show, but
you can learn so much how to get like.
well, I'd rather
dishes
see a
going.
band perform, but that's just me.
I like cookery shows.
Well, then you went on Hell's Kitchen. Anyway,
and come dine with me, and I won it. Thank you very
you
much.
can't join first.
Shut up.
You did. Linda Barker.
Still
and you.
winning, innit?
All right, okay. So yeah, I think we're more sort of like just taking a step back and looking in now and thinking like, what's the best route? There's nowhere to promote apart from obviously being and a massive TV show, like a big reunion, and hopefully it will just carry on from there.
Cool. Okay. The next question is for Lee again. Lee, it says, how do you feel about Dave Grohl's comments about you today?
I knew that was gonna come up. Do you know what? The thing is about it, I was at the show with him, and me and him were doing shots, and it was a wicked concert. I got on really well with him and his bass player. We was yeah, we had a laugh. Like, we had a right giggle with each other. So I don't know where it's come from. You know, whatever it is, we were both having shots and having a laugh, and I'm sure he would be. I don't know if it's come from him, because he probably has been a bit wrecked at a few parties, I'm sure, himself a couple of times. But you know, whatever. It's cool, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the party, man. Thanks, Dave. It was wicked.
At least people are talking about you.
Yeah, exactly.
When you have a single coming
out.
Mates. On whenever. Okay, we're going to do sort of quick fire questions, because there's loads coming in for you.
Okay.
Right.
Boxes. Alright, sorry.
It's not that sort of quick fire.
Oh, okay.
Feel free to just shout out out of nowhere in the middle of the interview. Okay, this question comes from Juliet in Norwich. Hi, Juliet.
Hi, Juliet.
She says, Duncan, in today's Silence Revealed, you hid your bisexuality for 3 years before telling your bandmates. Why was this, and how did they take the news?
It wasn't 3 years.
Okay.
It wasn't 3 years. It was
I think that
straight away.
I think basically, you know what, something like that was a difficult thing for me to deal with within myself, and I was in a pop band. We were a successful pop band, and you know, a lot of female fans, and I didn't want to bring it to change the dynamics between anybody in the band. It was something that I thought I needed to deal with myself, and I wasn't in a necessarily in a comfortable place. But Simon actually was the first person I came out to, and it was actually a few years later I came out to the other two. But yeah, it was when I told Simon, he was like, what? You know, we're in 2013 now, and I think that,
Who cares, man?
you know, who cares?
That should be how
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you got to be happy within yourself, and you know, at the end of the day, if you meet somebody that you fall in love with and you have a relationship with, and you know, that's what it's about: trust, respect, love, and you know, it shouldn't matter who you're having that with, as long as it's not like an alien, like I'm sure Lee quoted one day.
We apologise for Lee swearing, by the way. This is live, don't swear.
But no, I was deflecting, Lee.
Yeah, no, thanks, on to me.
Right, the next question is from Mona.
Hello, Mona.
Hi, Mona.
Hey, Mona.
She says, if you could be a girl for a day, who would it be?
Ooh.
Oh, Marilyn Monroe. But I'd probably sit in my bedroom and lock the door.
What, a famous girl?
Any girl, I suppose. Unless you're going to tell us about
Do you know what
someone.
happens to me, my
random.
girlfriend? Because sometimes I'd try and get inside her head and know what actually goes on.
I'm going to say something else then.
Yeah.
No, he was. I just remembered his life. But yeah, just maybe.
To know what's going on in her head.
Just so I'd know. Think ahead. What's that film where the guy can with is it Mel Gibson, where he can hear women's thoughts? What women want.
That's a funny film.
I thought that was amazing. Imagine knowing what women want all the time.
Now that'd do you nut.
Would it?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, man.
Nah, man, I'd be happy.
Would you?
Yeah. If you know what a woman wants, you're happy, bruv. You don't know that.
No, because if you could hear them talking, like,
Which you can.
like you know in that scene where he's having sex with her, and then she's like, "Oh, hurry up, for God's sake!" I'd be like, "What?" You know what I mean? Like, is that all you got? Oh shit!
That's funny.
That is good.
Anyone? No?
I can't think of the top of my head, that's a good one.
I said Marilyn Monroe. I love Marilyn Monroe.
Who's it?
I can't say Marilyn
Oh.
Monroe.
Madeline.
Marilyn. That's
Marilyn.
Marilyn. Marilyn Monroe. Or Norma
Okay.
Jean as Elton John.
It'll all be
Yeah,
overseen.
that's a real name.
Okay. The next question comes from Carlitos, who wants to know, how good would you say your new album is compared to your other ones?
Carlitos, hello. It's taken 2 years. Do you know what I mean? The minute we finished Eurovision, we went straight into the studio. Went to Miami, didn't we, boys? LA, UK, and it's just taken so long. But we wanted to get it right. You know, it's not worth just putting something out there willy-nilly. It's taken a long time. We're really proud of it. Personally, I think it's probably the best album we've ever done so far to date. So we're really pleased with it. We work with some fantastic producers, and can't wait for you guys here in the UK and around the world to hear it.
I think
Is
it's
it out on
definitely the best album we've done.
April, I think.
April the 15th?
You know better than me.
It's my birthday, that's why.
Oh, excellent.
Aries,
Okay.
Mum will buy you one for your birthday.
She probably will. She's watching. Say hello
Or you
to
can
her.
buy yourself, you can buy yourself one as a present to yourself.
Yeah.
Or we could just give her one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And a CD.
Yeah, well, I'll give you one. I will definitely give you one. Promise.
29th. Just been told in our area it's the 29th of April.
29th. So what's the 15th?
29th.
Okay. I lied.
15th,
Still my
I think, is a
birthday that
single.
day. Okay. You can send me the single
No, it's
instead.
not.
There's no single.
Okay, the next question.
22nd single.
Okay.
We sound really assured.
We'll get it all, we'll get it all in there
We know
eventually.
what we're doing.
So, Vicky would like to know, Anthony, are you still living with your mum? Because apparently her mates
No.
see you in the pub in Essex quite often.
I'm not living with my mum and dad. No, I've got a flat in South Woodford, Essex. No, it's only address. I live with my girlfriend and it's all good.
Another question, Simon, how much do you work out?
Not as much as Duncan.
There we do.
Nah, every day.
Every day.
4 days a week.
4 days a week,
Mostly.
okay. Nadalina would like to know what inspired you to write Hurt Lovers, which I'm
We
quite
We
We
didn't
proud of.
write it.
didn't write her lovers, my darling.
There you
Sorry.
go.
Wish we did because
You
we got
didn't?
loads of publishing.
How many on the album? How many tracks have you written?
We've written the majority of them, but when we sat in with Universal to discuss doing this album a couple of years ago, they played us a song, which actually was for what's his face. Anyway, it was for it was for another artist, which they had on hold for him, but they played it to us, and we sat there, we listened to it, and we were like, we love it. We want to cut it. So they said, well, we need to speak to the writers, see if they'd be happy for you to do it. And the writers were big fans of Blue, said we'd love Blue to record it, go and demo it. So we demoed it, and they loved what we did with it, and then gave it to us and took it off the other artists. So we were really pleased with that. And and it's a great song. We love the lyrics. We all can relate to it, as Lee said earlier on, and it's a great song, we think.
Yeah. Okay, Annie. Hi, Annie.
I
I'd like to know, do you guys get nervous before every show? And who would you like to go on tour with?
We do
Love
get
to
nervous
go on.
for every show.
We do get nervous. I go for a
yeah.
wee a lot.
Yeah. I think if you lose that nerves,
I've actually, when we did the summertime, can you remember we did the summertime ball?
you would
We were on the, there was like a, you know them, what's it called? The
platforms.
The lifts that bring you up. So we were underneath the stage, and they did the intro. It was like a 3-minute intro for Blue. And we're on the stage in position ready, and I'm like, I need to wee. And I really had to go. So they actually got a bottle, and I actually literally just went round the corner, and I'm peeing in the bottle. Gave it to my tour manager. They got on the stage and went up and did the thing. Because I get really bad nerves, and it just makes me want to wee all the
She's
time.
got a bladder like a pregnant woman. Yes.
Thanks. Now the whole world knows.
I'm not sure if...
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I get nervous quite a lot. I get the sweaty palms, and
I mean, that's one of the highs of what we do. You know, without the nerves, and you'd just be taking it as it comes, wouldn't you? But you just don't know how a show's going to go, how it's going to open up, like what you're going to do.
Interviews more. Like, definitely get more.
Am I
nervous.
scaring you now?
I do. I get nervous because I think I'm going to say something that I shouldn't say. So, because
we get quite nervous as well about that.
Yeah. It don't filter through my head. It just comes out a lot of the time. So
Yeah,
I get nervous. I get nervous a lot. I don't get nervous about singing as much. I love singing. Not like I don't love doing interviews, but you know what I mean.
So, anyone you want to go on tour with? No?
I don't know, I think, me personally, I mean, it'd be great to do it with a girl band, someone like the old Sugar Babes or something.
Yeah.
I think that'd be Blue and Sugar Babes would be proper cool.
Yeah, the
Personally.
original Sugar
That'd be
Babes,
pretty good.
MKS.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
I had a version they did of a Kendrick Lamar song the other day. It's amazing.
They're just amazing vocalists.
They're
They can sing,
amazing
man.
vocalists.
Okay, Penelope says, Brett Anderson has blamed 90s boy bands for the music industry's refusal to gamble on indie acts today. How do you feel about that?
What? Because the indie acts, pop got pushed out. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's
We weren't a band. We weren't a 90s band anyway.
Yeah, we weren't a 90s band, but I remember being towards the end of like Guilty. It was really hard to get on the radio
Razor like
because it was all about indie. And I mean, no offense to indie bands because they're great. You know what I mean? Because I I love the Killers and all them lot, and you know, I've done a few covers of what they do when I go out and sing. But you know, we're a pop nation. People love pop. We want bubblegum, and we should give people what they want. And you know, unfortunately, indie bands don't get the recognition that they probably do deserve. But then again, it's all about the fans and the consumers, and they buy what they want to buy. And they want
Mela.
One Direction in blue.
Yeah. Mela would like to know when you'll be doing a UK tour.
We've got a date on the 3rd of May at Shepherd's Bush Empire, which we're really excited about. And obviously, because of the big reunion show, there's a lot of people asking if we're going to be on the big reunion tour. And we're trying to work something out because we'd already had a European schedule booked in before we got asked to do the tour. So we're just speaking to the producers now. We're trying to work it out because we really want to come on the big reunion tour and do some dates for you guys. We're just trying to sort it out, talk to the producers, trying to figure it all out. But we really do want to be a part of that show as well and see the fans.
Cool. Helen, hi Helen, would like to know, do you and the Wanted still hate each other?
What?
No. Do you have any other enemies in show
Can I
business?
just squash this right now? This was a long time ago. I don't know, they said that I said some stuff about the Wanted. It wasn't like that at all, but I was actually with, is it Tom?
Yeah.
The one, I was with him in LA just like last week, and I went up to him and I said, look, I don't know you, obviously all this stuff, and we sat down and we had a drink at the Sky Bar in LA, and we was chilling, and we was talking about, you know, just all sorts of stuff, and it was really cool. So like, there's no problem there with us and the Wanted or anything like that. I think a lot of things get taken out of context, the things that are said, you know, like the thing that's been said in the paper today. I'm sure that's been taken out of context somewhere as well. But you know, it does happen, and you know, as an artist and stuff, you can't really take that kind of stuff seriously. You have to take it with a pinch of salt and just understand that it's the way of the industry, it's the way of the beast, and you've got to just have fun with it, really. I do.
Cool. No enemies then?
Nah.
Felicity would like to know, what's it like hanging out with Kerry Katona and Atomic Kitten and all the other bands on the big reunion?
Kerry's great, isn't she?
Oh, it's been brilliant. It was just, so I said, it was like going back to Smash Hits days back in the day, you know, and just had such a laugh rehearsing for this show and being a part of it, and the Liberty X guys and the Five Boys with pure banter. It's just, we just had so much fun, and it was a really, really good laugh.
Cool. This next question's from Lucy. Hi Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
She says, Duncan and Anthony, not a lot of people know this, but you both recorded parts for the Doctor Who audio series.
Yeah.
Are either of you fans of the show, and how did you both get involved?
I'm not sure how Duncan got involved, but my friend Jason produces the audio of Doctor Who, and a part come up and he said, you're perfect for it, would you want to come and record it? And I went in and did it. But I don't really watch a lot of Doctor Who, I'm sorry.
Same with me, it was my friend Barney.
Oh, was it Barney?
Yeah, and then he got me on, that's when I first met Sheridan, because Sheridan was playing one of the parts in it, and we met and became really good friends, and then me and Sheridan went on to do Legally Blonde together, and now she's one of my best mates, so it was a great introduction for me doing Doctor Who to meet the lovely Sheridan, who's doing so well. Absolutely so proud of her. Have you seen Quartet, the new movie she's in?
I haven't yet.
It's really good. We're all big Sheridan fans.
I will watch it. I will. Okay, the next question comes from Diana. It says, Duncan, do you plan to marry one day or to live like George Clooney as an eternal single?
I love marriage, and I'm a bit of a hopeless romantic. Anybody knows me, I'm really into kind of love and all that. Well, I'd love to get married, and I'd like to have a relationship and take it to that level of marriage and to see it through. And you know, these days a lot of people get married and they get divorced within a year and stuff, and I think, what's the point of getting married in the first place if that's gonna happen? But I'm a big believer, like my grandparents were married for 50 years, over 50 years, and you know, you see things through, and you don't just bail out at the first hump in the road, so to speak.
Yeah.
But
that's what Hurt Lovers is about, though, right?
Yeah.
It's like, that's I think that's what the reason why we relate so much to Hurt Lovers as the first single that we've wanted to do, because exactly that reason is the way other people and older people would relate to this. So yeah, I think that's exactly the message in Hurt Lovers, definitely.
Yeah, and I believe I would like to get married, yes, one day.
Okay. Right, that was the last question. That's all we have time for. The
Oh,
boys are
I
now
really
going to
enjoyed
sing. Going to sing a lovely a cappella for us. You're going to
Yes.
do a medley.
We haven't warmed up, and I didn't even realise we were going to do this. So let me just warm up.
La, 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 la.
A medley of old blues
Beautiful.
songs.
I thought
Sounds
we'll start
promising.
off with the beginning of All Rise. You do All Rise.
Yeah.
We'll start it.
Are you going to do a back catalogue?
Yeah, we're going to do the
Yes,
whole album.
through the
We'll do it
years.
right now.
Blues through the
Ready?
years.
Can I get your popcorn? We're just about to start.
Alright, All Rise. Go ahead.
Your Honor, one for the money and the free ride. It's two for the lie that you denied. All rise, all rise. Three for the calls you've been making. It's for the times you've been faking. All rise,
I'm gonna tell it to you.
all rise.
I rest my case.
Too close?
Yeah.
You understand?
Alright, cool. Too
Too
close.
close.
This was our first #1.
Yeah, can we just make a shout out as well
To Ray
to
Ruffin.
Ray
Ray
Ruffin, who
Ruffin,
passed away
producer.
recently. He produced Too Close. If You Come Back,
He's a
and,
great guy,
and
and
a
he-
few tracks on the albums.
Yeah, just
This to you, right?
Yeah, this is you, Ray.
Baby,
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 baby.
baby, when we're grinding, I get so excited. Ooh, how I like it. Try, but I can't find it. Ooh, you're dancing real close. This is real, real slow. You're making it hard for me.
Wow.
Applause, everyone. Thanks, guys.
If you want to hear us do
Thank
her
you.
covers, you're going to have to buy the single.
Bye.